So apparently, the WNBA is investigating the Las Vegas Aces, um, basically for paying money above the salary cap that would not be included in the salary cap for players. They recently got Aja Wilson, Kenneth Parker this off season, and there's been some investigation going on with that. So basically, what they're saying is if the players come and join the team and play for the team, they'll partner them with the company, and the company will pay them, for whatever the for marketing, etc. But the work they're doing for the company will be very minimal. They almost to little to nothing, maybe shooting a commercial or a spot or something like that for the company, and they get paid on that. So they were kind of offering different incentives for players outside of the salary cap for them to play, which is, of course, legal. So they were fined $500,000. I think it was a year ago. A year ago, for unsanctioned chartering of flights to away games. So pretty much using a different flight system. But then also, Derica Hanaby posted following her trade against when she was traded to the Las Vegas Sparks about just unethical workplace treatment around her pregnancy. She talked about she was being lied, bullied, manipulated, discriminated, and they're still investigating that as well too. So it looks like Las Vegas kind of has their hands, in different things. Now, Candace Parker did say she did did want to get traded to Las Vegas, to be closer to her family. Then I think it was Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum, now who's a part of the team, is also she's the vice president of the Players Association. She's a player and also a proud member of her team. So she said dealing with this issue is it's tough because she's involved with all three parties. But I like the question think about, like, is it really a bad thing that they're partnering with players? Of course, it's wrong for the WNBA because of salary cap issues, but knowing that players would do the kind of extra incentive to pay for players to come play with them in Las Vegas, I think that kind of helps the sport. Now, I'm not saying that that WNBA shouldn't have a salary cap. The salary caps are just meant to make sure the playing field is level. That's why the game of college football is in basketball and WNBA and college basketball, college football. The difference is that there's no salary cap, right? There's no unwritten rules. They have the same amount of scholarships, but there's so many other things that can factor in to make the playing field uneven. So you have different type of and not everyone's working with the same weaponry, which is exciting, but at the same time doesn't level the playing field. So I like the idea of a salary cap, but I think they should incorporate sponsors or something in with the WNBA so it can bring more exposure to the sport. The question is it a bad thing that teams want to get not NIL, but teams want to get deals with these players? I don't think it's a bad thing, but when the team is they're saying with the team, since they're collaborating with these companies and paying them outside of the salary cap, then it could be an issue. I'm not sure if these companies would just came and said, "Hey, look, we'll pay you. We'll pay you. If you sign here, we'll pay you X amount of money." But this is very interesting, and I want to see how this plays out. Maybe this helps raise the WNBA salary cap, raise the WNBA salary cap, so you can pay more players more of these franchises partner with companies. A lot of these companies these owners have multiple ventures as well too, so there could be incentives there as well. So interesting to see how it plays out. I'm not sure what direction to go. The WNBA should go with this. Maybe slap them on the hand, but say, hey, look, this may be something we can look into incorporate. During the time period is wrong, but maybe we can incorporate this with other franchises if they have the funds to do it. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Excited for the WNBA season coming up this May with all the moves and whatnot. And I do watch WNBA quite a bit. Big fan of it. Been watching the Mystics, since I was a child. So, but interesting to see how this plays out and see how the WNBA, what they find and how they respond to it as the years go on.